Hi there, it's Beauty Junkay. Welcome to my channel. Today we're getting into some new Chanel makeup, particularly the #1 de Chanel Red Camellia Revitalizing Foundation. This guy right here, this is their new foundation they came out with. They have a whole new anti-aging but responsible lines. When I saw this on Ulta's website, because yes, now Chanel beauty, makeup, skincare is on Ulta's website. It used to be available in a few stores. Now it's online, which is a huge deal because one, it's really hard to get Chanel on sale. But even though I'm pretty sure Ulta is going to exclude Chanel from most of their sales, you can use rewards, and Ulta's reward program is pretty generous compared to other large beauty retailers. So you'll be able to take money off your Chanel purchases if you spend enough at Ulta. Now, whether or not you do that is up to you, but the fact that that is an option, a lot of people I'm sure are happy about. This launch and all the Chanel products went online at midnight. I saw a lot of things go out of stock very quickly, very popular shades, very popular products, all kinds of things just go out of stock quickly, and I'm sure people were using their rewards points and rewards dollars. So let's talk about this #1 Chanel collection, which is very new, and like the day that it launched on Ulta was also the debut of this new collection from Chanel. I just want to say, when I think of Chanel, I think of old school beauty, one of the core luxury makeup lines that I feel like doesn't come out with drastically new products very often. There'll be different shade collections, but I feel like very rarely do they actually come out with new products. So the fact that this whole line came out all at once, mostly skincare related, is very exciting. I think a lot of people might be interested in this, especially I feel like this is targeted towards the younger folks because it is environmentally conscious, but also an anti-aging leaning line. So I'm gonna go ahead and read you the description of this #1 collection. This is a new generation of environmentally sound beauty. #1 de Chanel is an eco-responsible anti-aging beauty line that seeks to minimize its environmental impact with a strict formulation charter and packaging designed for a reduced carbon footprint. The formulas contain up to 97% naturally derived ingredients and are suitable for all skin types, including sensitive. The lid of the #1 de Chanel cream, which I believe is the moisturizer, is made with 90% bio-based materials, 10% of which are derived from camellias, which is the red flower. So this collection features packaging designed with sustainability in mind without cellophane or paper leaflets. Containers are crafted with lighter weight glass compared to the average weight of Chanel bottles and jars of similar capacity. So yes, this is a glass bottle, and this is the packaging it comes in. So very minimal, not very like large where it, it's very tall. And yes, there was absolutely no padding in here. Oh, I love the red. Makes it a little bit more special. This is so very simple packaging, the way it was shipped, very minimal as well. So to further minimize environmental impact, the glass packaging is printed with organic ink. So it says inks composed of organic molecules which require lower heating temperatures, so consume less energy than other inks. Very interesting, I haven't heard that before. The classic paper leaflet has been replaced with a QR code printed directly on the packaging, right here, to provide the information digitally. Okay, that's good to know. So the cream in this collection is, I believe, the only truly refillable package. Refilling just twice reduces the face cream's greenhouse gas emissions by an estimated half. So if you love that cream, you want to refill it, it's gonna help out the environment. So all of this is made in France. There are, as I said, mostly skincare products. There is a fragrance mist. I have the foundation. There is a revitalizing serum, an eye cream, face cream, which is refillable, and you save $15 if you purchase the refill versus buying the full product. There is a cleanser, powder to form cleanser, a serum in mist, a revitalizing lotion, which I believe is probably a toner. And then last but not least, there's a lip and cheek balm, which is the second sort of makeup product. I was tempted to get the lip and cheek balm. There are 6 shades: red, pink, beige, a corally brighter pink, rosewood, and a berry shade. I think if it was different packaging, I might have been tempted, but for $45, I didn't want to buy a product I had to dip my finger in to put something on my lips, just because we're in the era of being more conscious about being clean, and I didn't want to have a balm where I had to use my finger. And I'm sure other people can relate to that. It's also a lot of money for something. I mean, you can just use it for your cheeks. You can apply it with a brush for sure, but I decided to skip out on the balm and just try the foundation, and I got a lip gloss with my order. I was looking through all the Chanel products, all the makeup, and nothing really excited me. I think if Ulta carried more powders, I probably would have picked something up, but even like the loose powder, I'm not really in the market for one just yet, so I'm gonna hold off, and I'm gonna honestly hold off until I have more rewards dollars I can use to save money on this brand. So I wanted to give a quick overview on this new #1 collection. I think it's absolutely geared towards a younger generation with its sort of eco-responsibility code it has going on. Very interesting, Chanel, very interesting. I don't know if people are gonna buy this collection as being really that environmentally great, but I mean, if the products are good, people will buy it. It says red camellia is the key ingredient. It has revitalizing powers, gives it perennial youth. I don't know what that means. This is the key ingredient. It has some studies about this ingredient. It reduces the appearance of wrinkles, refine pores, increase elasticity, feels more comfortable, more radiant, yada yada yada. A lot of promises, yada yada yada. This line, I don't know how it compares to the other skincare lines in terms of expense of what it does, and I don't know honestly how great Camilla is compared to like really studied ingredients that have been studied for years, like retinol in terms of anti-aging. So I'm not really buying it in terms of like, is this flower gonna really help with anti-aging? I don't know. But if you are in the mindset that you want more natural ingredients, this might really appeal to you. Anyways, we're trying the foundation today. Excited to try this out with you. So I have the shade BR12. So I don't have a lot of Chanel foundations. I really only have one, and it's this Le Beige's one, and it's the shade Light. So I didn't really have a true understanding of what my shade is gonna be. This is the lightest cool toned one, I believe. So that is what I picked. And I will go ahead and throw up the swatch in sunlight of B12. Okay, so now you guys see the swatch. Hopefully that's somewhat helpful. Just so you know, it's in a concentrated area, so it's probably gonna look somewhat different once it's spread around on the skin. And my wrist isn't exactly my face color, probably the same for you. Also wanted to address the elephant in the room. I got a new light for my background. It is a rose, and it is a fake neon light. It looks like neon, kind of. But it's LED, so it's doesn't get hot, you don't have a fire hazard, and it uses less electricity. I got it off Amazon. I thought it'd be a fun addition to my very blank wall. I have a bookshelf in the back here that you can't really see because my body's blocking it. So it's not really great in terms of a background. But it has my candles and knickknacks and stuff on it. So there is something back here. I am trying. But I wanted to add a cool light. I thought it'd be fun. So let me know if you guys like it. It's like beauty, a few beauty related lights like this on Amazon. But I wanted something not exactly beauty related because I thought I would get tired of lips. I would get tired of words and a saying, and I'm sure you guys would too. So I just wanted something pretty. And I didn't want something too small. I would have preferred something super large, but those are really expensive and the reviews on Amazon aren't that great. Honestly, I need to make a custom neon sign for my channel, but that is another story. Anyways, let's get into this foundation now that we have that out of the way. So I am gonna start out, this look is gonna be very simple because we're just focusing on the face makeup, really. I'm gonna apply primer to half of my face and not apply anything to the other. I'm using my Victoria Beckham Cell Rejuvenating Primer in Original. I do not have a Chanel primer. So I'm putting this on this side of the face. My skin has not been looking great lately. I don't know what's going on. I'm getting breakouts and stuff. It's not great. Let's see if this foundation helps. So specifically, let's talk about the foundation. Enriched with the red Camilla oil, moisturizing fluid foundation helps protect skin from external aggressors and maintain a youthful appearance. Also helps soften skin and provide all-day comfort. With continued use, the complexion appears more beautiful and radiates with a youthful glow. Luminous finish, buildable coverage for face. That's what it says on the back. So I'm expecting this to be pretty light and pretty glowy. And it seems to be more about the skincare benefits than anything else, especially when it says things like with continued use. I'm gonna put this on my glass palette. There's one pump. As you can see, it's not runny, right? Stays in one place. Going to spread it out a little bit. Okay, now we got some fluidity to it, so it's actually creamier than I thought it would be. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the prime side with my finger. It does smell fragranced. Of course, it is Chanel. It's got a light florally scent. So I'm gonna put that whole pump on this side of the face. It feels pretty light, but more substantial, honestly, than I thought it was gonna be in terms of coverage. So I'm gonna do another pump. Actually, I put two. I'm not gonna use it all. This side with no primer. Here we go. And then I'm gonna use a damp sponge to blend all of this in. So here's my damp Real Technique sponge. I could have used one pump all over the face, but I just wanted to show you primed versus unprimed. And I wanted to give you some coverage to look at instead of a very light. This does feel like, and it does look like, a pretty light foundation. And it looks very natural so far, like very skin-like. And I think this is a good shade match for me. Even though it looked kind of off on my wrist, on the face it looks a lot better. Wow. That floral scent, when you apply that, I applied a lot to my face. I can really smell it. You would think if you were gonna be a little bit more natural leaning, you would take out that scent, but it is a luxury line. I'm sure some people are still gonna want that fragrance in there. That looks really natural. Huh, I'm impressed. My pimple here is not covered up, so I would still need concealer. I do want to try putting a little bit more on. because it does say buildable coverage. Now, I can't speak to the skincare benefits of this in terms of making me look younger because I just put it on. So I'm sure it would take a while for you to see the effects. And unless you're using nothing but this, I mean, it's hard to tell if your other skincare is really doing the trick or if it's just this. So I'm gonna take some more and try to cover up that pimple a little bit better. So I applied this with a sponge. Now that does take away some coverage, but I would say this is fairly light to medium coverage. It's very pretty though. It's not matte. Is this shimmery? Is this glowy? It says luminous. I see a little bit of glow. What do you guys think? Does this look luminous to you? I don't see any like shimmer or glimmer whatsoever, but I do kind of see a slight sheen on my skin, you know what I mean? I mean, first impressions, I mean, I haven't worked this all in yet. Even just kind of applying it with my fingers, I don't even think you need a primer. I don't know that the primer made a lot of difference with this foundation is what I'm trying to say. So that's kind of nice, right? Just throw it on. This is more what I was thinking of when I bought this, like the finish that this would have. But this is like way not enough coverage at all. This is much more. But still, my skin's really coming through. I still have some redness here. I'm not sure what this is from. I'm just gonna keep putting product on until I use it all up. You guys ever do that? Well, I want to clean my palette. I don't know that I'm getting medium coverage, but it's evening out my skin tone in a pretty way, flattering way. But you can really still see my skin through this. So this isn't going to be for everyone, especially at the price point. Some people, you know, understandably so, if it doesn't cover most of your things that you're trying to cover, it's not worth it. But some of us just want our skin but better. We're okay with the flaws coming through. We just want a really natural look. Yeah, I would say the sheen on this foundation in daylight in front of the window, I do have a ring light on. I say the sheen is pretty significant, but not in a sweaty kind of way. I think it's flattering. At least first impressions, just putting it on. And I don't think the primer makes any difference. I don't really buy into this collection in terms of what it's really going to do for me anti-aging wise. It doesn't really make, and unfortunately I don't think it's the kind of collection that's going to make me really respect Chanel more and moving into the right direction. Honestly, I think they should be doing refillable packaging with most of their products, and I think all brands should really follow suit, but I know it's an expense to do that. It is not a cheap thing to do, but come on, Chanel, you've been overcharging us for how many years now? Let's invest in good things like that. But in terms of like a certain percentage of natural ingredients, those statements don't mean a lot to me personally. It's not something I look for, but maybe some people, they want to feel like they're using more natural products on their face. They don't want a whole lot of chemicals. So I think it's appealing to a certain demographic. It's not necessarily me, but I think overall this is a pretty foundation. That's all I can say. What do you guys think of the finish? Are we feeling it? I think it's nice. I do want to throw on this lip gloss. So this color I thought would be more of a true cool pink. I picked this out because Michelle Wong loves this color, and even though it's just such an unexpected thing. This is the Rouge Coco Gloss Moisturizing Glossomer 804 Rose Naif. Probably saying that wrong. Look at this color. So I swatched it. I'll go ahead and throw that up. You can barely see it on my wrist. Okay, let's put this on. I have nothing on my lips. This is a thick sponge tip applicator. Okay, see what she means. So Michelle said there's just something about this lip gloss that does something pretty to your lips. And it's not really like a color. It kind of has a milky effect. That feels really good. I've never had a lip gloss before from Chanel. Very cute packaging, very classic, kind of Revlon-like, right? With Chanel, reminds me of Revlon with the gold and black. But I don't know that this lip gloss is worth it. Just because there's so many amazing lip gloss formulas out there for a lot less money. But I do understand where she's going with the color. It's just kind of naturally flattering, you know? Look at this. Now the formula does feel really good, but with any gloss, they don't really last. It feels hydrating, like I'm almost wearing a balm that's good for my lips. Question is, do I want to set this makeup with a powder now that I have on the foundation? I think I do, because normally that is what I would do. I wouldn't just stop at foundation. So I'm going to put on the Chanel bronzer. I'm trying to use as many Chanel products today as possible. This is the Le Beige's Healthy Glow Bronzing Cream Soleil Tan Universal Bronze. $3.90. This is the lighter one. Just gonna tap it on. It's gonna be a very natural look because this foundation does not have a lot of coverage, but it's more significant than the Le Beige's foundation. That is for sure. I think though, when I compare this to other foundations, the way this looks, like when you pump it out, it looks like it's gonna have more coverage than it does. Some people are a fan of like building up coverage to get what they want. I don't like how much time that takes, so I rather just put on one layer and be done. This is definitely probably something most people will have to layer. I think it's pretty. I think people that use foundation to really even out their skin tone and have substantial things going on their face that they want to cover, this is probably not going to be the foundation for them. But I think it's really pretty. I think it's for people that really like coverage. More coverage than Le Beige's. I'm repeating myself, but I'm just trying to understand, you know, what's happening, Chanel. In terms of setting powder, I'm using my little sample of the Patrick Star One Size translucent powder because that is what is in front of me at the moment. And I'm just gonna set it because I normally set my makeup. I am combo, so I get some shine, and because this foundation has a good amount of sheen, I don't want to be overly shiny. So just setting this makeup with this powder. I guess I understand the light coverage if you are environmentally conscious. I suspect that people might think that those kind of people don't want to wear a lot of makeup. Especially because this range is mostly skincare. I think it's actually a little bit odd that there's a foundation with it with not a lot of other makeup choices. So it's very interesting. So I have a Chanel blush here. Now this is, I believe, is the old formula. They have reformulated this since the Junkay Contrast No. 2 Rose Bronze. I believe this is one of the shades that was available on Ulta's website. They don't have every shade of everything. They don't have every product, unfortunately. Okay, eyebrows. I don't have any Chanel eyebrow. I have the Tom Ford Fiber Brow Gel in taupe. So I have some Chanel eyeshadow here. This is the Les for Ombres 374 Allure et Eclat. I think I want to use my finger in this pink shade for a little sheen. This is a very natural look. I find these shades a little bit too sheer for camera, a lot too sheer. This quad is pretty, but it's not, it's a very in-person pretty. Otherwise, like on film, it's almost non-existent except for the maroon shade. This one here. Now this white shade is really stunning. Pop that in the inner corner. So what do you guys think of the Chanel #1 launch? Did you guys know it was coming? Because I had no idea. Now, I'm not like a huge Chanel beauty follower. I just barely got into Chanel last year. So I wasn't aware that this launch was going to happen. I didn't know there was going to be a foundation. And I think I only found out like a day or two before that Chanel Beauty was going to be online at Ulta. And I think I saw on Instagram that stuff was on sale at Ulta.com, and I just went on there just because I was curious to see what they have. And I saw that they had a new foundation, so I was like, you know what, I should pick it up. I do not need a new foundation, you guys. I have so much, and I'm within this week, I'm trying 3 new foundations. It's pretty insane. They're not all new, but 2 of them are new. One of them is not. It was just a sample I tried. But holy crap. New year, new makeup, right? New makeup launches. So I will say this is a very natural foundation, and my skin looks better than it did when I started, which is always a plus. You don't want to look older or oilier or anything like that when you put on makeup. I feel like I look refreshed. What do you guys think of this foundation? Are you guys a fan? Do you want to try it? Does it look too light of coverage? I think it could be a little bit more pigmented. But the sheen is really pretty, for sure. I think people are going to be happy about that. Especially if you have aging, drier skin, I think it's a perfect finish. The coverage could be better, but the finish is really pretty. Anyways, that is it for my 2 Chanel makeup products that I picked up at Ulta. Very exciting. Are you guys excited for that? I hope you are. Sephora doesn't have Chanel. How funny is that? Anyways, if you guys are curious about this new #1 collection, please comment below. If you like this video, click the thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.